Alright, so let's see if this is working. Fingers crossed. And it looks like it is. Give me just a moment of being boring so I can send this out and make sure it is being seen by human eyes. Hey, how's it going, everybody? I have not gotten a chance to do what I just said I was going to do because I cannot figure out how to do that. Goldie will be joining us in a minute, and then things will get interesting, I promise you. Just give me 1 minute to be an old man trying to figure out what is actually not new technology. Uno momento. I'll be right there. Done. Just need to send this link a few places and we're good to go. Oh, God, dead air. Dead air. One more place, and then I can actually conversate. And send. How's everyone doing today? Goldie will be joining us momentarily. V with the deep cut. Oh, jeez. Am I the only one who's never heard of Flavor of Love? I'm sure there's plenty of people who haven't heard of it, and those people have unfortunately lived lesser lives. And that's sad. But you can correct that problem because I believe that it's currently streaming on Hulu. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the service it's streaming on. I always thought Tiffany should have won. Really? Okay, hold on. Hold up. Love the beard. Thank you. Somebody has to, I guess. I'm just having a little bit of a problem. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm an old man trying to learn technology. Goldie will be in here shortly as soon as I send her the correct link, which I have not done apparently. You look great, V. Oh God, there's something wrong with your eyes. I'm so sorry. I wish you the best of luck in all that you do, but thank you for the compliment nonetheless. Your commentaries on wrestling has brought me back into learning more about the behind the scenes of wrestling. Oh, thank you. I don't make as many wrestling videos now. If only because there doesn't seem to be as big of an interest as there once was. So I appreciate hearing that. It seems like there's a lot of other wrestling YouTubers that people would rather go to. Which, it is what it is. Alright, let's see. Now the interest is about superheroes. I mean, yeah, they're definitely a lot more relevant, but like wrestling's also on an upswing as well, so it's I think you're better off being a wrestling fan now than you were being a wrestling fan like 10 to 15 years ago. So, I mean, there's definitely still an audience for that as well. I've been subbed since 25,000. Keep winning, bro. Love from Chicago. Oh, thank you kindly. I appreciate you being here. Well, 25,000. That must have been probably like 3 or 4 years ago. That was like 3 or 4 years ago and about 100 pounds ago. So you're an OG here. Thank you, man. How'd you get Goldie on for an interview? This is really awesome. Because of Lacey from Rock of Love, actually. If you guys can, do me a favor and go show her some love. It's her YouTube is Talk of Love with Lacey from Rock of Love. But she's actually been a huge asset to me making these videos, and I truly appreciate all that she's done for me. So, if you guys can, it would be a personal favor to me, and very helpful to her if you could go check out her channel and all that she does. Oh, there we are. How's it going? Oh, wait. Here we go.
Hey! Okay, wait, hold on. Let me shut this door.
Okay.
You on my bed.
See,
so what I did is I ended up just copying the link and putting it in my, internet browser thing. Because going through Zoom wasn't working.
Oh, trust me, I have no idea how to use this. I had to have somebody 6 years younger than me help me out in using this, and I still didn't get it by the end. So,
how old are you?
How old do you think I am?
Well, just because you made that whole statement about the 6 year younger thing, I'm saying you're at least 36.
That's a good guess. I'm 29.
You're 29?
I'm 29, yeah.
Any of that. But why would you need somebody so much younger than you to do that?
You know what? I'm not as good at technology as I once was. It just keeps changing, and I stayed the same.
And you're 29.
I'm 29. The beard is a throw off.
No. Listen to me. You don't look old at all. You don't look like you're older than that. But it was the technology thing. I'm like, if you were still in your 20s, you would know how. You would know what you're doing, B. It's all good.
I don't know what the only thing I'm good at is editing videos and writing the scripts for said videos. And sometimes I get lucky and I get somebody who is much more profound and talented than me, such as yourself, to join me here on this channel. That's what I'm good at.
Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know about any of that. Like, if I can't just cap and figure it out, I'm over it. Like, I give up, B. I walk away. I accept my defeat.
No, I 100% understand that. But before I even get into any line of questioning, you're still doing stand-up comedy, right?
I am, love. I'm actually on a tour right now called Nothing But a G Thing.
Really? Yo, you gotta...
Other comics, it's all women. So it's this chick named August O'Neill and Gina G, and so we just did Phoenix. So we're actively setting up other cities right now.
If you're ever in New York, let me know. I'd be the first one in line to get a ticket.
What part of New York are you in?
I'm in Staten.
You're in Staten Island?
Yeah.
Okay, baby. Are you originally from there?
Yes. Yeah. I used to do
Cool.
stand-up comedy out here too. I was terrible, but people did laugh, just not with me. But it was fine. You got the end result.
And see that's the thing though, because every comedian has those times where they're like, I suck. I need to get it up. I need to just be a real estate agent. And then, you know what I mean? But you just keep doing it. You just keep getting on stage, and eventually you like find it.
You know what it was for me? I think the stage changed. Like, my stage was the stage, and I just didn't feel like that was working out for me the way that I would have liked. I wasn't getting where I wanted to. So then the stage became this platform, became this channel. So yeah, I'm still telling the bad jokes that I would have on a mic. I just do it. I project it into
ear. Yeah. You know what? I feel you. And like all comics during the pandemic, everybody was like, "There's nowhere to perform. We can't get up." So that's why people started doing all these podcasts and going live and stuff like that, so they could get their material out.
Can I tell you, when I was younger, I first off, Flavor of Love, and to a lesser extent Rock of Love, but mainly Flavor of Love, was my routine. Like, every time it was on, I made sure I had a VHS in the VCR. Like, I was recording everything I could. I love those. I followed it religiously, and it was the first, and I think still to this day, the only reality TV shows that I did that with. And I was heartbroken when not when you got eliminated, but like from Charm School, when you were told that, like, oh, you're gonna go on tour. And I looked, like, with Monique, I looked for that everywhere on Google as a kid, and then I found out that didn't happen.
It never happened. Yeah, but you know what? When I look at that one, like, everything happens for a reason, and just some things aren't meant to be. Like, it was a good idea in theory, but honestly, like, at that time, I wasn't ready to go on tour. Like, I wasn't ready to go on the road with Monique. Like, as big time as she was, I wasn't really ready for the opportunity when it came. So it's all good. But like now, oh yeah, now let's go.
All right, I have a line of questioning that I want. Why, you really are, like, so fun and personable. Like, you came in here in 5 seconds, and, like, I'm less interested in asking you the questions and just having a conversation with you. You're fun.
I know, right?
I think I actually mentioned that in my video. I'm like, she always came off as, like, everyone's best friend. How did you do that, by the way? Like, you managed to be on a show where there was nothing but drama, but you never found yourself involved in any of it.
No, because I like to have fun. Mm-hmm. And like, my motive always is to have fun, mm-hmm. and like connect with people. So it's hard to go another direction when that's really your real motive.
Yeah, and you know what? You were great on that show because you didn't find yourself in any of the drama ever, but you were constantly there to react to it. So you were, like, perfect, like, in that show.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You were just there to observe and have, like, a normal reaction.
I first got there and I started seeing the girls. I started identifying people that I knew was going to be nothing but comedy. Like Heidi. I knew Heidi was going to be straight comedy. So I was going to go off with her the whole time. New York, I felt was kind of going to be, I knew she was going to be comedy, but I was going to have to, like, choose my moments with her. But yeah, man, it was a great experience for me.
And it was a great experience for everyone who got to watch you as well. I'll never get over Hottie putting a full chicken in a microwave.
In a microwave. You know what, I talk about that on stage, and you know what, I go like in that moment, because I'm like a helper. Like, I don't want to see nobody mess up. So I immediately turned around and I was getting ready to be like, "What are you?" And then I stopped myself because I'm like, "Oh, nah, we in a competition." I said, "What? Girl, go ahead. Press that button. Do what you gotta do."
I feel like I'm like that too, although not because I'm in a competition. I just sit back and I go, you know what? It's funnier this way. This should happen. Let this happen.
This should happen. Exactly. That's what I was like, whoa, she put marshmallows and wonton noodles on it. Yeah. Let's let this one go. Because I've never seen anything like this ever.
So let me ask, I ask everybody who's been on reality TV that comes on this channel, How real was your experience with reality TV?
So I would say probably 85%.
Okay.
I would just say if just to throw a number at it, I'd probably say 85% because every day you got up, it really was your real reactions. You really were living in this house with these people. You didn't know like who was going home. Like you didn't know what was gonna happen next. It really was like we were seeing it as like people at home, the audience was watching it. It was only like a few moments that were kind of like TV things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I always tell a story, like I had a moment, like a real like intense moment with Pumpkin in the bathroom where we were just like really talking about some real stuff. And and then all of a sudden we hear a knock on the door, and it's the director who we had never met. I was like, we had a director the whole time? Who are you? What? Where'd you come from, dude? And so he was this little Indian guy. And he was just like, yeah, so that moment you just had with Pumpkin, that was really like heartfelt. Can you like say that again while the camera's rolling? So just, moments like that. And then overall, you just knew like, this is a show, it's for TV. So, you gotta go hard. You gotta go hard or you going home, period, point blank.
I also love the oxymoron that a reality TV show would have a director. It's like, this is all real, but, do it this way.
You see what I'm saying? So that was just, it blew my mind because I was like, who are you? Where'd you come from? And by that point, oh my God, we had been on the show for a while, like, oh wow. So this person, because like we were always talking to the producers who were kind of, telling us where to go, this is what you need to do next, blah, blah, blah. So we was cool with the producers. And let me just tell you a little tea. I was trying to get really friendly with one of the cameramen. Yo, he was fine. And I kept flirting with him the whole time. And like, it was a rule, like the camera dudes could not talk to us at all. So I would say the wildest stuff to him. And then he would just be like, he would just be laughing and like put his head down. And then he would have the camera. And I'm like, yeah, put that camera down. I'm going to show you why I'm really here.
So,
hey, I be like, look, Flavor Flav ain't gotta know. Flavor Flav ain't gotta know.
That's hilarious. So there was a little bit of a different expectation in terms of the reality from.
Yeah. You kind of didn't know. I heard like at one point, Red Oyster, who was my girl, like I miss her so much. She was telling us that she was kind of getting like boring. I guess not really nothing was happening. So they kind of like told her to, zhuzh up some drama or whatever. But to me, I thought like her character was like, big and fun enough to where she didn't need to do like much. But I guess because they just wanted her to continue to be on the show. Mm-hmm. So you just knew you couldn't get too quiet for too long because
then you get
it's a show. Yeah, you would go home.
That actually leads into one of the other questions I had. Do you feel like there was anybody I guess they probably were. Was there anybody who was greatly misinterpreted for the benefit of reality TV? Like, was there
greatly misinterpreted? Wow, that's a great question. Man, I think, probably I would just say Sweetie, like when she was eliminated, I think like Flav kind of gave her like a really hard time and he was saying that she wasn't there for him or something. She was going, and she like defended herself. And like, I'm clowning because I'm like, ooh, Sweetie mad. Like she big mad, dang. But really, I think she was going just as hard as any of the rest of us was on the show. And so whatever had, happened that was kind of like a misinterpretation, like she didn't even, in my opinion, I don't think she did anything wrong.
Mm.
So yeah, but she got kicked off. And I'm trying to remember what had happened, but I've been, over time you watch like episodes on YouTube and stuff. So, but I remember her getting kicked off, and I'm like, whoa, that shouldn't have happened.
She, if my memory serves me correctly, I think it's that she was like, it's gonna take 3 weeks for me to kiss you. And Flav said something like, oh, like, it's gonna take that long. And then the next time she was like all over him because she was like, trying, and then he's like, oh, you're fake. I'm pretty sure that was the scenario.
That was the thing, man. That was the thing, like that. I'll say this: doing the challenges, like every challenge, if you won, you got to spend private time with him. Mm. But then, like, if you did, like everybody, you just kind of saw a pattern. Everybody who did get to spend private time with him ended up going home, like right after their private time. So it's just like, I'm over here like, no, I don't want private time because I don't know what be happening behind the scenes. I don't want to do it because then you go home and lo and behold,
that's what happened to you.
Private time with him. I went home the very next day.
I did notice that, actually. I didn't notice that with everyone else. I did notice that with you. I was making a note of that, actually, because I was rewatching some of them for making the video, and I was like, wow, she got her first one-on-one with him, and then she got to pack her bags right after.
Yeah, man.
So like this may sound obvious, but Flav knew what it was, right? Like Flav was obviously in on this all for the show type deal.
Oh, yes and no, right? I'm gonna say yes because it just seems like, okay, it's his show, and he of course he knows what's going on. But no, because I felt like there were moments, especially at the beginning, where he really seemed surprised and like kind of like shocked that all of these women were there and they were really trying to like, talk to him or, get with him or whatever case. And so I think he was just kind of like outdone by all of it. Like, wow, this is really happening to me. So, but that was, it was cool. It was cool.
Do you have any like lasting friendships from the show? Do you still talk to any of the girls?
I haven't talked to a lot of them in a long time. I think the last person I talked to was Bucky from season 2. I bumped into her in North Carolina, actually, like my home. And but I haven't like really, aside from certain girls that I have brought on my own show on Instagram Live, Goldie interviews. So now I'm starting to go back and reconnect and like meet with it, because I interviewed Heidi, which was this has been my favorite interview so far. I'm up to like, I think maybe 88, 89 interviews, and she's like my favorite so far.
Is she different from the character she portrays on TV?
Oh man, Heidi is still Heidi.
Oh, that's so great to hear. I'm so happy to hear that.
You gotta go back and watch that one. I'm telling you, Heidi is still Heidi. And
I absolutely do.
Because like I'm asking her questions, and the way she explained doing the crazy stuff was, well, I know it's Hollywood and you just kind of got to play the part. You got to be the role. And I'm looking like, man, that go deeper than playing the role, baby. You.
She's a method actress.
Yeah, exactly. You were perfect for that.
She takes the part home with her.
Oh man, she lives it. She embodies it. Yeah. But like Peaches, I interviewed Peaches. So she's really cool. And then Lacey Skulls, who was on Rock of Love, I've interviewed her, and then because me and her reconnected, so I would say probably Lacey, who wasn't on my show, but she's a part of the Of Love. Me and her connected in like such a real way. And she invited me out to Vegas to do like a reunion show with a lot of the girls. And that's streaming on her her service. So that was dope. That was dope because I got to meet people from VH1 that I'd never met before. Like the twins from Flavor Love 3.
Thing 1 and Thing 2?
Thing 1 and Thing 2, my girls, they so cool. Pootie from I Love New York. Mr. Boston.
No.
Oh my God. Yo, let me tell you something. I fan out when I see Mr. Boston because I love Mr. Boston. I'm like, I was going crazy when I saw him. And he has an identical twin.
I know, I saw the reunion shows.
Yeah, and so I was like freaking out like Boston, and his twin was there. So that was really, really cool.
I need to get, like, if there's one, my wish list has so far been complete. Like, I was like, if I'm doing a Rock of Love video, I gotta get Lacey on. I got Lacey on. I was like, if I'm doing a Flavor of Love video, ideally, I would love to have Goldie on. I didn't think that was a possibility. I didn't know how to reach out to you. But luckily...
Yeah, man, look, I'm right here.
Luckily, Lacey actually introduced us, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be great. The last on my wish list is if I make a I Love New York video, I need to get Mr. Boston. Needs to happen.
I'm going to try to help you with that one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Boston is exactly who he was on TV.
Oh, I love it. That's amazing.
You know what? I think the reason why people really like him is because he was so genuine and he was really just himself. And so, I asked him, I said, well, were you really trying to like date New York for real? And he goes, well, I really was gonna try. I was really, and then I think he just kind of realized like, nah, this is really like a show. It's a production. So he just kind of just played his part. But yeah, man.
I mean, I gotta give him credit. Like, he went toe to toe, or at least he attempted to go toe to toe with Chance in a boxing ring. I mean, that takes some balls just to get in there.
I'm telling you, he's dope. Like, and lives in Boston, and I think he's an accountant or something.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, but funny story too. When I was living in LA, I was dating this guy, and so the way his apartment was set up is like when you walked in the door, you walked straight into the kitchen, and there was like bedroom on the left, bedroom on the right. So his bedroom was on the right. So I'm coming out of the room, going into the kitchen, and the refrigerator door was blocking my way. So I'm waiting for his roommate who I've never met. Like, I don't know who this guy is, random roommate, right? But I'm waiting for him so I can get in the kitchen. And when the refrigerator door closed, it was Buddha.
No way. Oh my God.
Like, oh my God, because Buddha's super tall. And I was like, oh my God, it's Buddha. Hey, la la la. And he's so like, over it, whatever. He was just like, oh, what's up? Like,
what are the chances?
Yeah, but that was funny.
What would you consider like your wildest experience? Not involving Charm School, but like strictly on Flavor of Love.
Oh, my wildest experience. Oh man, can I say the whole show? Like legit. I just think me coming from like I'm from a small town in North Carolina, and up until that point, I was 25 at the time when I did the show, and up until that point, I hadn't really experienced a lot of, like a lot of big stuff. So, living in the mansion, flying on a private jet, like what? We got to do that. I would just say the whole show experience. I can't really think of like a moment that was like, being in a hot tub with Flavor Flav, like, man, come on, man. Man, come on. Like the whole experience was fine. Yeah.
Being in a hot tub with Flavor Flav, that's the dream, isn't it? Like that's what we all hope for in life.
It is like, I couldn't believe I got selected to do a real like TV show. I'm like, y'all want me for real? Like, y'all know I'm gonna get on here and clown. Like I'm not getting ready to
Well,
I'm not getting ready to do no acting.
well, I mean, I'm sure that that's why they picked you. Is that like you're such like you have this big presence. You came in here and like what could come off as like an awkward couple introduction seconds. Like I always have like a little. You completely like you broke the ice immediately, and I understand why they picked you. I'm angry that you weren't there longer.
I know, yeah, man. But my time had come.
Mm.
I made it. I honestly, I made it further than I thought I would. So, I was just really like, grateful for the opportunity or whatever. Because winning, I didn't know what winning meant. Like, what does that mean if I win? Like, I'm like, do I have to like be with this person? Like, I love him. I think he's an amazing person, but actually being with him, like, I was cool. Like, I was really just like cool, like just being cool. So yeah.
So, how long were you in the mansion for? Because like I mean, obviously I know that you made it to the final four, but like from perspective, like how long was that actually time wise?
So I was there for like 3 weeks and 2 days. And I think the entire show wrapped in 4 weeks. So like a month.
Okay. Yeah,
but they record you nonstop. It's like 24/7, except for the time that you're asleep. So you're being constantly recorded. So they have so much footage that they can stretch it out, and it seems like we were there for months.
Yeah, it does. It really does when you watch it back.
I know. Yeah.
I was sitting here watching the show, and like I binge watched all the episodes in a day. And it was like it seemed like you guys were like stranded there for a while. Like my favorite part of the whole thing though is that like you guys came to a mansion and you're like from my understanding your communication to anybody else got cut off except for that one phone, right?
Yeah. So okay, so funny thing about the phone. I took two phones. We were on,
Okay.
because I didn't want to give up all my communication with the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the phone that I gave them, which was the dummy phone, and then I kept my phone so I could still like text people and make calls. Well, I ended up getting caught in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom talking to somebody, and I forgot that there were microphones dropped down from the ceiling. So the producers like ran in and they were like, "Go, give up the phone." And I was like, "What phone? What do you mean? I was here." And they're like, "Goldie, we can hear you on the phone." I'm like, okay, here you go.
It's on it.
But for all intents and purposes, we were only supposed to have the main house phone.
And that's it. That's so crazy. You guys like drop everything. You come to this mansion. It's like you're only allowed to go where Flav goes when Flav goes somewhere and decides to take you. And also you are no longer to be called by your real names. Flav will assign you nicknames.
Right, exactly. Like I didn't, so I'm a person that I always wanted a nickname. I was always that person. Like I love people who have nicknames. So going there, and then he said, "You're Goldie." I'm like, okay. You know what? I like that. I'm feeling that. Let's go. So I was with the nickname thing from the jump.
And you ran with it too, because you still go under. It's Goldie Interviews is your thing right now, right?
Yep, Goldie Interviews. And so my new name, my new unofficial name is Courtney Goldie Jackson.
Why did he give you the name Goldie?
So to be honest with you, V, I don't know. Like I asked Flav one time, real talk. I asked because I was drunk. I was so drunk when he gave me the name. So I asked him like one time, and he was just like, "Well, because I felt like you light up the room." So I was like, okay. I can't remember the moment to tell you like what he was saying to me. So yeah.
You know what my favorite part is that like your first appearance on reality TV, like the first episode, you got wasted, but like you behaved yourself so much better than most of the other girls, regardless.
Cause I'm a Southern belle, B.
uh,
Woo!
what was anything that like was there anything fictitious about your time on the like from your experience like was anything fictitious that the producers threw at you like that whole thing with Cherry was that staged was that planned at the reunion or
No, that was real because I didn't notice she was talking junk about me until I like went back and watched the show. And so then at the reunion, it was like I gotta say something to you. I gotta respond since you had so much to say, and no, that was what it was. And then too, I knew she wasn't gonna touch me. So,
were the feuds like to your knowledge were like some of the feuds and rivalries that came on the show were they legitimate or was there anything controversial?
Well, I think so because one thing about like being in like a pressure situation. I look at the show as like we were in like a pressure cooker to where you can't leave the house. You stuck with a whole bunch of people that you really don't know that well, and you kind of get revved up easy. So whatever was pissing you off, you was gonna lose it even quicker because you in one of these like hostage situations. We felt like hostages on that mud, like somebody.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you kind of like in a weird way. It was almost like you guys joined a cult. You came in, you lost your names, you had no communication to the outside world.
Absolutely, which is why to this day we all feel very connected with each other. Like. You can bump into these people and it's just like, oh, hey, like you feel that connection that we'll never lose. We'll never lose it.
Because you were in a foxhole together, essentially.
Huh?
Because you guys were in a foxhole together, essentially. Like it's like the way you talk about it is like old war buddies. Like you're
yeah.
Remember the hot tub incident of 2006?
Yeah, like I mean, to be in like this bubble. We were like in a bubble for just not really that long of a period of time, but man, the experience was life changing. I say that it was life changing. But then I was gonna go back to the beef. You were talking about the beef, like when Pumpkin spit on New York.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was real beef. Oh, that was she really wanted to kill her. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, like no, like you just growing up, you don't spit on nobody. You do not spit on nobody. Like that's an immediate fight. It's going down.
Yeah, that's two things that I've learned. You don't spit on somebody and you don't slap a man unless you're ready to go. Like that's
hard. Right.
Like that's
because look, I'm not really into slapping people, but if I did slap somebody, I would totally be ready to take off.
You don't start something you're not ready to finish.
Exactly. But see, you protected yourself. You got this big luscious beard on your face. So you can't even. You got this insulation like you don't even feel a slap. Bye bye.
That's actually funny. I did the last time I did stand up was this weird like judging thing, and they had commented on the beard and they also said, "Listen, I'm gonna give you a good score, but that's just because I want to go home. I have children. Please don't hurt me."
No, so they look at you like you kind of a thug.
Yeah, I did. You know what? If they heard my voice first, I'm sure that they would feel differently. But like as soon as you see this, you're like, "Oh God. What is this fucking guy gonna do?"
You know what? I got this weird like intuitive thing with thugs. Like I can always see the sweet side of a thug. So I instantly knew you were like a sweetheart when I started talking to you.
Thank you. You're wonderful. You were the nicest person who's ever gonna come on this channel. And Lacey was awesome too, but
Yeah, man.
I don't want to bite the hand that feeds. She's helping me out a lot with these videos. um, what would you say the best to take? Like, what would be your advice for like people looking to get into reality TV?
So I definitely would say prepare yourself
Mm.
for what comes after. Because since we were so early in the game and we really didn't know how that thing was gonna play out, I myself wasn't like prepared for having instant fans and being able to monetize off of having instant fans. Like, if you're into something, like whatever you're into, make sure that your business is like set up, like solid. So the moment that you leave that show or the moment the show airs, people can find you, support you, and put money in your pocket. Right? Because you have a small window of time to really capitalize off of your notoriety and fame. I mean, people still recognize me every day. But it's not. I'm not at. I'm not at the fame level, whatever that I was back when the show first aired. So it's like I think just kind of being ready and preparing yourself from a business stance. I can't imagine anybody just kind of going on just to like go on. I don't know. I mean, sometimes like I talked to somebody a friend of mine, who did another reality show on the OWN network, and it was like a dating show, ready to love. And she said that she really went on there to like find love. Her name is Ashima Franklin. She said she was trying to find love, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's different. That's new. But at the same time, she's a comedian, so her career still benefited from her being on reality TV.
Oh, so get ready to capitalize, essentially.
Yeah, that's definitely my advice. I mean, be yourself. I think like more than anything, like be yourself. And even at the age of 25, I was conscious of like who I am on this show. People will always remember. Like, so I might as well be myself. Yeah.
So, speaking of that, was there? Because I spoke to Lacey before about Rock of Love, and she was explaining that she herself and a couple of other people on the show were like, trying to play a part and play up for the cameras. That obviously wasn't the case with you, because I could tell speaking to you, it's the same person that I've watched, a million times over annually, like that I watched that show. Was there anybody there that you felt was like playing up a part and is different than they were portrayed?
Man, on my season though, like, I think maybe, God, it's so hard to say. I feel like people were kind of being themselves for the most part. Maybe certain situations were played up. Like I think Heidi, we just use Heidi. Mm-hmm. I think Heidi probably played up moments to be like, ooh, this is better for TV, But I think, for really in her core, that's kind of who she is, and I feel like that with everybody, like New York, like New York is not a person that's really friendly, and she doesn't really care about making friends, and and so I think that's kind of like who she is, really. So I didn't really get anybody like, whoa, she's being super fake, or oh man, that's not, I don't think that's who you are at all. Like I didn't really get that.
It's funny because me and my girlfriend were kind of having like a little bit of a debate the last time we rewatched it, and she was like, New York is definitely playing a part. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I mean, there's parts where I'm like, maybe this was played up upon or that, but like, I don't know. She seems very legitimate. If she is playing a part, then she deserves every award you could give somebody.
I'm telling you. Like I had real moments with New York. Like, I mean, we would have conversations and talk. Not a whole lot, but it was a few times or whatever. I used to make her laugh all the time. Because she would be trying to be, like one of my things was like playing hide and go seek in the house, because it's a big house and this is fun. Like marble floors, we got on socks, we gonna slide. it's gonna be cracking. So me and Pumpkin was always kind of like running through the house like kids, man. So like I would see New York and just be like, hey, New York, you wanna play hide and go seek? And she would be like, no, Goldie, no. So, just fun, man. Why not? I was like, why not?
I feel like they did a great job of casting at the very least the first season of that show because you get like a lot of you guys had like really great chemistry and those who didn't had like great back and forth like rivalries and feuds and I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just surprised like you said 3 weeks on that show and you managed to not get in a fight with anybody. That's insane. That's crazy.
Nah, man, I'm telling you because that's my, you know what I mean. Because I'm not a fighter. I'm not a person who I don't like drama. I don't like getting into it with people or whatever. Now I can mischievously like, clown and pick on people or whatever the case, but it's not coming from like a malicious place. It's coming from like, what? Are you serious right now? What are you wearing? Why do you have that on? You look crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Regular thoughts.
You clowned on Hottie a lot in the interviews, but it was like, yeah, like you said, it never seemed like you were trying to attack her or anything. It was just like, are you guys seeing this?
Yeah, is that like, come on, man? Like, really, really, Hottie? Like, for real? This is what we doing right now?
I feel like your role in the show was like, I don't know if you've ever seen The Office, but it was like Jim from The Office, how like every time something crazy happens, they just pan to this one person and he's just like that was you essentially.
Yeah, I said one of my favorite moments though was when Heidi she kept telling New York that she looked like Beyonce.
and New York told her
Beyonce, and we was losing it. We was losing it. It was too. She was like, "You look like Freddie Jackson." Like,
I think she said Luther Vandross.
Oh yeah, no, Luther Vandross. Yeah. And that's why that's why I was riding with New York too, because she had them too. New York had some good one-liners too.
Yeah, and you didn't make like a single enemy in that house. Like even New York, who was usually very negative of the other girls in the house, was actually like she said in her own New York way said positive things about you.
Yeah, in her own way. Because you know what? And I tell the story a lot. We did when we went to Vegas. They brought out like all of these like dresses, like really nice like dresses, and they were like, "Here, pick, pick whatever you want." And there was one particular dress that New York wanted, but she didn't get a chance to get it for whatever reason. So then later on, they brought like them same dresses back, and I saw it, so I grabbed the dress for her, and then I like laid it on her bed. So it just so happened that was right after I got my private date, my alone time with Flav. So New York was pissed at me. She was pissed. But it's like, how mad can you be, man? Like, you know what I mean? I still gave you this like bomb dress that you know what I mean, wouldn't have got. So anyway.
What was she like legitimately there to try to woo Flav? Like, was that?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I can't say, man. I can't say. Like,
okay, I understand.
New York was trying to go as far as she possibly could, and I'll just say it like that.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Do you like, was there anybody?
So my phone is getting low. I need to grab a charger.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Go right ahead. No worries. In the meantime, it actually looks like from the chat that I can read right now, looks like everybody is enjoying your company. So that's good. I don't say anything nice about me. That's fine. What are you gonna do? I'm just the guy who runs the channel, so it's fine. I'm not hurt by it. I'm not upset. Be strong. How's everybody enjoying the stream so far?
Okay, sorry.
No worries. It happens. I was actually saying, everybody seems to be enjoying your company here on this channel right now.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So is this is a live show?
Yeah, this is live right now.
Oh wow, I thought we were being pre-recorded.
Well,
what's up, y'all?
It works as both. We're live right now, but after I'm going to take bits and segments from this video to include in my my retrospective of the first season of Flavor of Love. Going through every single episode.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of work. And then after that one, I go into Rock of Love, and then so on and so forth. And then eventually...
Well, you must really like it, because you know what I'm saying, you're putting a lot of work in.
Oh, I grew up on these shows. These, like, I've never really been into reality TV, with the exception of, like, the Surreal Life and, you know, Flavor of Love, like, everything that spawned off that, like, I was always invested. I think the only show I didn't see was Real and Chance Monster Hunters, or whatever that one was.
That was a show? I never heard of that. You never heard of that? Never.
Yeah. Okay, so Real and Chance from I Love New York, they ended up getting a spin-off, which was like how I Love New York and Flavor of Love is, where they would pick from these girls, and like hopefully they'd end up with... and
then, no, I knew they had a show, but
and then after that,
Monster Hunters.
Yeah, and then after that, they did a show where they were looking for Bigfoot.
Stop playing.
I swear to God.
Stop playing.
I just found this out, and I was like, oh my God, I need to get to that.
That's crazy.
Oh, man. They were two of my favorites.
They made a lot of money. That sounds like they made a lot of money.
Yeah. It's really...
Because I would be out here looking for Sasquatch, okay? If everyone had the money. Yeah.
I'll look for whatever you want. Unicorns, you leprechauns, you name it. Just as long as the money's there, then I'm in.
Yeah, right.
Which is also now a great time to also announce VH1. I'm available for anything, really.
He is available, y'all, and he has this amazing, illustrious beard that he's willing to bring to the television, a TV screen near you.
Oh man, you are a lot of fun. This is a dumb question, but did you stay in touch with Flav at all afterward, or?
So we did for a long time, and I'm so sad now that I can't just pick up the phone and call him because I don't have his number anymore. But you know, every time he would, because he lived in Vegas, and every time he would come to LA, he would call me and just say, "What up?" You know what I mean? We didn't get together. He would just be like, I'm coming to LA, and I'm like, okay, bet, what's up? Let me know. And then we did a week in Columbia, South Carolina, where he hosted a comedy show there at this big comedy club. And it was him hosting, me featuring, and Barbara Carlisle, comedian, who was the headliner. So that was so fun. I think my cousin fell in love with him that week. Yeah.
Did she get one-on-one time with Flav?
You know, I don't know what was going on while I was on stage. Was really acting. She was like, "Oh my God, cousin, I see why people love him." And I think I saw him grab her booty. I think. So yeah.
Well, you know, that's just how he says hello. That's, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Right, exactly.
So, what was when you first how did like you get involved with the show to begin with? I'm sorry that my questioning's like not linear right now.
Oh, this is cool. No worries. So I was initially, like when I had moved it, because I had only been in LA for 2 months when I got on the show. So I was like looking up auditions on Craigslist. And that was my way because I didn't have an agent. And I saw the show on Craigslist and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. And then I did a music video where I played a prostitute. Let's just say no one has ever played a prostitute any better than I did in that video. Oh man. So I met this girl.
I was the greatest prostitute for a minute and 36 seconds.
I was killing it out here on the strip. So this girl that was in the video with me who played a crackhead, me and her got cool. I mean, it's LA.
Wait, hold on. What music video was this?
So I don't remember the name of the song, but the artist was this guy named Papa Roo. Shout out Papa Roo. He's from Texas. And he was shooting his video in LA and we just happened to get cast. So me and her got, and she called me and was like, girl, did you see this show they're doing? And I was like, yeah, nah, I saw it. And she was like, well, come to the audition with me. And I was like, okay. Because I ain't had nothing else to do. And usually I get into a lot of trouble when I don't have nothing else to do. So I got in the car with her and we rolled over to Sunset Boulevard, went up in this huge skyrise building and, went to whatever floor it was on. We went to 51 Mines and did the audition and I got it. Yeah.
So they auditioned y'all like it was just like any other show though. That's
They did. Because they asked you that one pertinent question. They said, do you feel like you could fall in love with Flavor Flav? And I was like, yeah, sure. He felt like everybody else I done dated. What? So and I think my homegirl answered no. Okay. And so that's why you don't know her to this day, because she didn't get a right answer.
Do you think you can fall in love with Flavor Flav? Well, it was a bad audition to come to if that wasn't the case.
Why not?
Oh my God. So you were just there to have a good time though, Yeah,
I mean, I thought it was a great opportunity. I had just started doing stand up. So, being, I already know people who, have TV time and face recognition, are better able to get booked and, so it just seemed like a win-win. And I'm hanging out with hip hop royalty. Mm-hmm. So what could be better? I thought I really had fun.
What's really embarrassing for me to admit is that I didn't know Flav like from Public Enemy. Like I learned of Flav through The Surreal Life. That's how I knew him when I was younger.
Right. But because you were so young, right? When the show came out. Yeah. So you wouldn't have remembered him back in the 80s.
No, I wasn't alive for that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but I mean back then, Public Enemy, everything.
No, I found that out later because I realized that Public Enemy made a shitload of songs that I already knew and listened to. I never saw the man with the giant clock and horns.
Right. Yeah. And then meeting, I meant to talk about Brigitte Nielsen. So this was a whole moment for me, right? Because not only am I on this great show, I'm meeting Brigitte Nielsen, who I'm a huge fan of from Rocky IV. Everybody who cool, I don't care who you are, white, black, whatever. If you cool, you a fan of Rocky IV. I'm telling you. So seeing her, you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. And then she was so cool, so me and her hit it off immediately. Really? And she was there trying to check on her foofy and make sure, we was really there for him or whatever the case. But she's side-eyeing us, and we kind of side-eyeing her are you really here for him? No, forget about us. Are you really?
That's actually something I've always wanted to know too. I was like, was that for TV? Like, it seems like that would be for TV. But
yeah, but like meeting them in person, you can kind of see how there was a connection. Because they kind of are similar. They have similar personalities. Like these like larger than life, but then they're really down to earth, really cool people. So I get it.
They're like cartoon characters stuck in like the real world.
Yeah, kind of. And I mean, and then go back to the slapping thing. That's how they fell in love. She slapped him and slapped her back. I said, if a relationship can survive a double slapping, it's probably a good one.
I don't know if that's the case. I'll tell you what, the show Strange Love would absolutely not be able to be made today. 100%.
Yeah, no. Some things are like in a time bubble, and it was just for that time. Like I don't know if you've ever like watched or heard of All in the Family, Archie Bunker.
Oh yeah, of course. I got it right back there.
Yeah, so like that show, even that show and like the Jeffersons, because they were like at the same time. Like there's no way that you could have like like a racist like Archie Bunker on TV and make it funny and everybody watch it. And then you got like George Jefferson who's saying all kind of crazy stuff, all kind of wild stuff. And you know what I mean? So same thing, like those shows were bomb, but they were for that time.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that you can't do things like that, because I thought that even though it was funny, they also like did this thing where Archie kind of evolves as a character over the years, and that's like interesting to see. Like he starts off as like the typical like racist, old man, and then by the end of it he's accepting of so much more shit due to his experiences. Yeah, that was pretty good. It was interesting.
It's that evolution that people could watch and then see how he learned to be like a better person or like a more open mind. It's like, yeah, we don't get that. We don't get to see that anymore.
No.
Unless you come to like a comedy show and then you get to see real. That's why like I love comedy, because it's still like the Wild Wild West and people can be honest. Hopefully they can still be honest on stage.
Well, I'm so serious. If you guys ever come down to New York, let me know. I will be there. I don't care where it is. I will go.
New York is the mecca for comedy. New York is amazing. Like, yeah, I'm always trying to get up there.
Oh, let me know. I will absolutely be in attendance, and I'll make sure I bring a couple people with me.
Oh.
So right now you're doing the Goldie interviews on Instagram exclusively?
Yes, it makes me dance when you talk about it. Yeah. It's my every week Instagram live show. We are in the process of moving to YouTube. But for now we're still on Instagram. I really just me, I get kind of caught up on numbers. So I just really wanted to do like 100 episodes of something in one place. So I'm like 88, 89. So I think I'm gonna, just make it to my 100 episode, and then we'll shift over to YouTube. But every week, it comes on every Wednesday night, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time, and I interview mostly comedians. I know some I don't know. I'm just meeting, and then sometimes I interview like other people that I think are just interesting. Yeah.
Well, for sure. Let me know when you do. I'll be happy to send a couple people over to the channel whenever. So even
yeah, you can find me at Goldie GOLDIE _98. Whoop. Yeah.
And I think my final question here is, because at this point you guys keep coming here and upstaging me. Is there anybody from like these Of Love shows that look like Hagrid and like bad and like worse than me? Because like everyone just comes on here looking younger than I am and like good looking. Like I need like the worst people. Like you could say it off camera. Just get me some names.
Haggard. You want Haggard. You want looking like, okay.
I want to be the pretty one in the room, like for once.
Well, I think you're very attractive. Let me just say that.
Oh,
okay. And
now you're just lying.
I can't say I've seen anybody who's like, ooh, they look bad. They scratching and they got ash. Yeah, and I haven't seen that from the Of Love shows, but you never know, babe. You keep looking and you probably gonna come across somebody.
I swear, it's weird. Like everyone looks super youthful. Like everyone took very good care of themselves. Like
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I stopped drinking for a long time, like almost like 10 years. So that probably preserved me in a way. You know how when people go to prison and they it seems like they're preserved over the time they're in prison. Like, I kind of went through that. Yeah, I didn't go to prison, but I was like, I dated somebody who was in prison. I mean, anyway. Maybe I got some of that, some of that fountain of youth from him.
The fountain of youth was found in a prison toilet.
Ex-convict love. There's something about that ex-convict love that just keep you looking cute.
The fountain of youth is what they were stirring up in that prison toilet?
Absolutely. That hooch. It's that prison hooch, baby.
Well, I want to thank you again so much for joining me. You've been delightful to talk to. You've been super helpful for this video. And if the opportunity arises and you're up for coming back, whenever I tackle Charm School, I would love to have you back on here.
Yes, I would love to come back anytime. You just let me know.
Awesome. All right. So, do you have any last words for the 50 people watching right now?
Oh man, this is a lot of people, and it's going to be a whole lot more. So let's just, I would say, continue to love yourself always. Don't beat yourself up. Don't even think about regrets or things you haven't done or, didn't get to do, because every day you wake up, it's an opportunity to like do something great. So yeah, just like love yourself, love the people around you, and like, have fun, man. Have fun. That's it, and that's all.
And the place that everyone would find you is at Goldie 98 _98 on Instagram.
Yeah, Goldie _98 on IG, and it's just Courtney Jackson on Facebook.
All right, check her out. She's doing some really interesting stuff. Of course she is. I mean, like, that's not a surprise. And well, I hope that we have an update. And the next time that you're on, maybe you're switching over to YouTube at that point, or whatnot. But either way, at the end of the video that I'm working on, the Flavor of Love video, I'll make sure to include your information there, and I'll send as many people as I can to the Instagrams.
Thank you, V. I appreciate it. Y'all, I thank you, and I thank your beard. Yeah.
Thank you kindly.
Both of you were amazing today.
Well, I mean, he did all the work. I'm just here, he's there to look pretty. I'm just here to talk. All right, Goldie, have a good rest of your... Oh, sorry.
Have an OnlyFans page.
Well, I mean, if this YouTube thing doesn't cut it. All right, thank you, Goldie. Have a great rest of your day. I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again in the future on this channel.
All right, love.